Hello BookTube and welcome to Novel Expectations. This is the very first video for Halloween week for 2016. This is going to be a less Halloween, more autumn inspired video, and today I'm going to be doing the Fall Time Cozy Time book tag. This was originally created by Sam's Nonsense, and she did this video originally in 2014, so it's a couple years old, but I will post a link in the down bar below to the original video along with all of the questions. So let's jump in and get started. The categories: Crunching Leaves, The World is Full of Color. Choose a book that has reds, oranges, and yellows on the cover. The book I came across for this one was The Cat Who Could Read Backwards by Lillian Jackson Braun. This is not a Halloween or scary book at all. Well, it's a mystery, so it can be a little scary. It's a really fun, cozy mystery, and the cover is, of course, bright orange with red lettering, so it fits the category perfectly. Next one, Cozy Sweater. It's finally cold enough to don warm, cozy clothing. What book gives you the warm fuzzies? The book I picked for this is Summer at Willow Lake by Susan Wiggs. Again, not an autumnal book, but it does take place in the summertime. But I've read this book twice, and I've listened to it once on audio. It is a personal favorite of mine, and it's like visiting with old friends when I read it, and that's part of the reason why I love it so much. Next up, Fall Storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pouring. Choose your favorite book or genre that you read on a stormy day. I chose The Lucky Ones by Nicholas Sparks. I read this one a couple years ago, and it's the typical Nicholas Sparks where it's not oftentimes the happiest of endings, but it's still a really, really sweet story. Most of Nicholas Sparks' books are fantastic, but this one I particularly liked. It is a favorite of mine. Cool Crisp Air. What's the coolest character you'd want to trade places with? I actually picked Claire from Outlander. Reason being, not because of everything that she goes through. I mean, she's pretty brutalized in the first book, between, being accused of a witch and traveling back in time and all that stuff. But just the sole aspect of being able to go back to, the 1700s in Scotland, and just to see it, just to experience it. I wouldn't want to trade places with her permanently, but I'd love to go and, when they're traveling and being on the road, just to see the Highlands and stuff like that, I think would be absolutely amazing. Hot Apple Cider. What underhyped book do you want to see become the next biggest, hottest thing? I'll be honest here, and I didn't pick a specific book. I picked a genre of books, and that is romance novels. And you guys know I am a huge fan of romance novels. And I feel they do not get the credit that they deserve. I know YA is prevalent on BookTube, and a lot of people talk about YA now. I find a lot of BookTubers now who are going away from that, and they're reading other things, and I love seeing that. But I find always that romance novels tend to be the novels that people think of, excuse me, as the dime store, cheap, not much of a story, just a little something to pass the time kind of book. Some of them are like that, absolutely. But there's books like that in mystery, in horror, in any other genre you can think of. There are some amazing romance novels that are wonderfully written, have fantastic characters, and I really don't think that they're being given the same consideration as a lot of other books. So if I can recommend anything to you guys, pick up a romance novel and give it a try. If you're looking for any recommendations, please shoot me a message on Instagram, not on Instagram, on YouTube. Next question is, Coats, Scarves, and Mittens. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What's the most embarrassing book cover you own that you like to keep hidden in public? It doesn't bother me, but then again, I read on an e-reader, so I don't have that problem. Of having, like, as far as anybody else is concerned, I'm reading War and Peace. Like, I'm not reading some, Blaze, very erotic novel, which I'm thoroughly enjoying, I'm sure. But I'd have to say, for embarrassing cover, now that I'm reading my back to my childhood books, those ones I do not bring with me to read. If I'm reading it, if I'm reading that, I'm always reading something else on my e-reader, so I don't bring those to work with me, because I'm not going to sit in my cafeteria at work having my lunch reading Christie's Great Idea. Not that there's anything wrong with reading that book, but In my professional image, I don't know if I really want that to be shown. I don't care if people know that I'm doing it, but just to see it is something totally different. Next question, pumpkin spice. What's your favorite fall time comfort food or foods? The pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. The best drink ever invented. I absolutely love it. The other thing, for me, it's not necessarily fall food so much, but it's drinks. David's Tea, which I'm absolutely obsessed with as well, brings out a pumpkin chai tea every October. It's still available. It might be, as they said on their email, going back in the vault. So if you can get some, try it. It's fantastic. They also have one called Witch's Brew, which is like a minty chocolate tea. Really, really good. I'm all about seasonal beverages. If something is seasonal and exclusive or limited edition, I have to try it. And 9 times out of 10, I typically love it. And, you know, that kind of sucks because, you know, come July, I can't get myself a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, but c'est la vie. And last question, warm, cozy bonfire, spread the cozy warmth. Who do you tag? Like I said, this tag originally came out in 2014, so probably everybody has done it. But if you're new to BookTube like me and you haven't done it yet, please feel free to do it yourself. Like I said, I will list the questions below. And if you do it, please post a link to your video in the down bar below or in the comments below, because I would love to go and see it. I'm always looking for new BookTube channels for other people, so please post in the comments below. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.